Very good morning, students. Welcome to IIT NEET or Focus C program for 25-26 by the Mastermind Schools and Krishnaveni Talent Schools. So once again, I welcome all the participant branches for today's session. As you all can see on the screen, and you are well aware, my subject is physics. We are in class 8th. Our first unit, first chapter is units and dimensions. And today we are starting the session 1, right? So before going for today's session, let me clear few points regarding this year's academic program. First, I insist all the students of 8th class to buy IIT materials immediately. Without that, there won't be any seriousness in this prestigious program. So I request all the teachers also to motivate the student to buy the IIT material immediately. Then maintain separate notebooks for IIT classes, either it may be offline or online. One notebook for mathematics and biology, right? And one notebook for physics and chemistry. So total two notebooks. One is for mathematics and biology, and second is for physics and chemistry, right? So you have to maintain the two notebooks. Two notebooks for the total program. So one is for maths and biology, second one is for physics and chemistry. Next, attend the classes regularly, very important. Regular attendance is very important, either online or offline. Whether you are attending online classes or offline classes, regular attendance is very important to understand the continuity of the chapter, right? That is the responsibility of the teacher again. If you are on leave also, if you are on absent also, you can attend the class from home through your mobile phone or any other device, right? Then make the notebooks to correction of notebooks. The student should give the notebook for the correction time to time to a subject teacher. It may be maths, physics, chemistry, or biology. The corrections should be up to date. Definitely will check when you visit the branches, right? Then exams, attending exam with perfect preparation is very important. So monthly one exam you are going to conduct. Even though you get the 2 question papers for every month, first paper will be given for the practice, and second paper the last Monday of the month. Every month last Monday will conduct the exam. So every student must attend the exam with well preparation. It is again responsibility of the teachers to make students to attend. Then is a special instruction for the teacher. Be active in the WhatsApp group, Focus C or IIT WhatsApp group, where total communication about this program will be shown, right? Total communication is shown in the Focus C group. It may be daily communication about the classes, it may be online class link, or it may be examination results, or it may be about examination papers. Everything will be, you can see in the Focus C or IIT group. So be active in the group daily, but at least by end of the day, you check the information about the Focus C classes, right? So these are the basic instructions for the class 8 students before going to start the new academic session. First, buy material, IIT material immediately, all the 4 subjects set, and maintain the notebook, right? Maintain the notebooks for IIT classes. One is for mathematics and biology. Second one is for physics and chemistry. So regular attendance is very important, either online or offline. And make your notebooks corrected with the teachers. Correction of notebooks are very important. Attend the exams regularly, monthly one exam, like last year. Exam is of in the model of mains IIT or advanced IIT pattern. Right. Then be active in the group, especially for teachers. Right. So hope you are clear about all the instructions here. Then we'll move to the today's topics. So see, the topic name is given here for chapter, units and dimensions. So there are 2 different words, different concepts and different applications, right? So already you learned in 6th and 7th classes, you learn about the units already. Same, we'll recall once again. So after reading about units, we'll move to the dimension immediately, right? So when you move forward to next slide, you can see the importance of what is the units. So before going to know about the units, where we use the units, very important, right? Right? Where we use the unit. So before knowing what is unit, so you can see here, the aim of physics is to provide quantitative understanding of certain basic phenomena that occurs in our universe. So what is physics? Which gives some basic applications. So see, every part of the physics will come across in our entire life, from morning to night. When wake up from going to bed, everywhere you can find the application of the physics. The physics is a science based on a experimental analysis, is to develop the theories that explain the phenomena being studied, and to relate to those, there are another establishment theories. So theories and applications, experimental theories. So for example, when you woke up from the morning woke up, what we'll see? We'll see the time. Time is a physics, which is the duration between 2 events. Right. So we'll go and heat the milk. Heating the milk is nothing but physics only. Heat. You purchase the milk with some measurement. The measurement is also a physics only. We cannot get these topics in mathematics or any other subject. So every part of our life, every walk of our life is physics only. But if you read physics like application, it is very easy. If you use the physics like philosophy, it is very tough. So when you are preparing for the physics, think that you are applying the physics in your day-to-day life. In that way, if you think, physics become very easy for you, right? So before going to know about what is unit, you should know what is the physical quantity, right? So physical quantity. So just you can note on the synopsis. There is important points. Every chapter you have to write. Number 1, first point. Everybody, open your notebook and write. So this is just recall of your 6th and 7th class. So the quantity, physical quantity definition, which can be measured. The quantity which can be measured is called physical quantity. Anything, it may be mass, time, length, distance, velocity, density, pressure, power, which can be measured, which we can able to measure. So how you measure? Measure either by device, some can be measured by some instruments. So some can be measured by formulas, right? Some can be measured by methods, right? Temperature is there. How you measure temperature? By thermometer. Suppose you want to find the perimeter of the square. we'll use the formula. If you want to measure the length of irregular surface, we'll use simple method. But in all three cases, what you are doing? That quantity can be measured. Such a quantities are called units. The quantities which can be measured are called physical quantities. These physical quantities are represented by some standard measurement. Right? Physical quantities are represented by standard measurements. Very important point. Standard measurement of physical quantity called unit. Why you are calling standard? For example, you can see here. Length is there. Right? So when you see here, you can find the length. So length is measured by meter only, meter. We cannot measure length in kilogram. Okay, length can be measured either meter or centimeters or kilometer only. We cannot measure by using any other. That is standard, fixed. Mass is measured by kilogram. We cannot measure mass in meters, or we cannot measure mass in seconds. Similarly, time is measured always in seconds or minutes or hours, like that only. So that standard measurement is called unit. What is our today's first topic? But before going for that, we should know what is a physical quantity, which already written. The quantity which can be measured. Quantity which can be measured is called physical quantity. So measurement can be done by either device or formula or method. Some can be found out from the devices, some can be from formula, some can be methods. And the standard measurement of any physical quantity is called unit. Okay. So these physical quantities, whatever is available, there are so many thousands of physical quantities are there. These physical quantities are classified into two categories. One is fundamental physical quantities. Second one is derived physical quantities. What is? So the physical quantities. Already we know what is the physical quantities, right? Which can be measured. Are classified into number one, fundamental. Is also called basic or base physical quantities. And number two, derived. Right. Fundamental means individual, independent, which does not depend on any other. Derived means which are obtained from fundamental. Just like your alphabet, A, B, C, D up to Z are there. Total 26 alphabets are there. They are independent. But when they are combined, we'll get the millions of words, dictionary formation. Correct? Similarly, here we have seven fundamental quantities. These only seven are the fundamental. Length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity, and solid angle. Plane angle, solid angle. 7 plus 2, 9. These are the seven main. Two are called supplementary. Total 9 fundamental physical quantities are there. Apart from this 9, remaining all, it may be 1,000 or more than thousands, all comes under the derived quantities because they are obtained from these 7 only. By combining the 7, either by adding, multiplication, division, whatever it may, we'll get the derived quantities, derived physical quantities, right? So, before going to know about details about the units, we learn about what is the physical quantities and what are the classification of physical quantities. So, the quantities is nothing but magnitude, which can be measured are called physical quantities. Either they can be measured by device, formula, or method. Then the standard measurement of any physical quantity is called unit. These physical quantities are classified into two categories. One is fundamental physical quantity. Second one is derived physical quantities. So fundamental physical quantities are those which are independent because they have their own definition, right? The units which you are using for the fundamental physical quantity: mass, kilogram; length, meter; time, second; temperature, Kelvin; current, ampere; amount of substance mole, luminous intensity candela, plane angle radian. Why they are called independent? They are called fundamental units. The fundamental units are those which are used for fundamental physical quantities. Why they are called fundamental units? Because they have their own definition. We can define them, right? So before going for the next, let me show you one video, simple video on units part. Then later we'll move to our class continuation, right? Just listen to the video.
Today we will learn about the physical quantities, units and measurement. Do you know in which quantity temperature is measured? Yes, temperature is measured in Celsius. Good, but standard of temperature measure is Kelvin. But sir, why do we need a standard in each quantity? We use a standard to measure a quantity internationally and globally. Now we study the units and measurement and concerned topics. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define units and measurements, understand measurement of length, measure mass, measure time, analyze errors, understand significant figures, write the dimensional formula and equations, understand dimensional analysis, units and measurements. Measurement play a very vital role in the study of physics. Measurement of a physical quantity requires A. A standard in the form of which that quantity is to be measured. B. Numerical value which represents how many times that standard has come in the physical quantity. Units are classified in two categories. They are A. Fundamental units and B. Derived units. A. The units of fundamental quantities are called fundamental units.
What we
B.
discussed today.
The units which are derived with the help of fundamental units
Are called.
without involving.
So you can note these points, very important. Right. Okay. So clearly mentioned there. Units are classified again. Physical quantities are two types. Fundamental physical quantities, derived physical quantities. Similarly, units are also two categories. One is fundamental units. Second one is derived units. That is, units used for the fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. Units used for the derived quantities are called derived units, right?
Any numerical value are called derived units. The International System of Units.
It's already learned in our
Internationally,
classes.
4 systems are used for length, mass and time. A. MKS system, that is meter kilogram second system. B. CGS system, that is centimeter gram and second system. C. FPS system, that is foot pound second. D. SI system, that is International System of Units. Assessment. Before proceeding further, let us know how much have you learned. Drag and drop the correct option. Measurement of length. As you know, we use meter scale, vernier calipers, screw gauge, etc. for the measurement of length. We use some indirect methods for A. Measuring large distances and B. Measuring very small distances. A. Parallax method is used to measure very large distance. For example, distance between Earth and Moon. Let us understand with an example. A girl is observing the rod against a wall from two different points P and Q. She notices that the position of the rod seems to change with respect to the wall. This is known as parallax. The distance between P and Q is called basis. B. Tunneling microscopy is used to measure very tiny distances because it has very high resolution. For example, calculation of size of a molecule. Measurement of mass. Mass of a body is defined as the quantity of matter contained in a body. There are two important physical quantities related to mass of a body. These quantities are inertial mass and gravitational mass. Inertial mass. The mass of the body is determined by measure of the inertia of the body. The greater the mass of a body, greater is the force required to produce a given acceleration in the body. F is equal to ma, or m is equal to F upon A. Thus,
Newton's
a
second law.
very heavy body has a larger inertial mass than a light body. In order to measure the inertial mass of a body, we make use of inertial balance. Gravitational mass. It is the mass of a
Because we
body
all this
which
learned the
determines
6th and
the
7th
gravitational pull due
units
to
and
the earth
measurements.
acting upon it. In order to measure the gravitational mass of a body, we make use of common balance. The mass of an object is determined by comparing its mass with that of known masses. In terms of atoms and molecules, the standard unit of mass is Unified Atomic Mass Unit, that is U. 1 unified atomic mass unit is equal to 1 U is equal to 1 upon 12 of the mass of an atom of carbon-12 isotope, including the mass of electrons, is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 kg. Measurement of time.
Right. So
Any
time you have to
phenomenon
measure with the
that
clocks.
repeats itself can be used as a measure of time. The measurement is
Okay. So we'll continue the same topic and discuss in the next class also, because that is only recall of the earlier classes. So, but we are continuing now. We are doing it, discussing about what are the fundamental units. Why they are called fundamental? Because they have their own definition. See here, meter. Meter is a unit of length. The distance traveled by a light in vacuum in 1 by this many seconds is considered as 1 meter. That is the definition of meter. As the meter is having definition, it is a fundamental unit. Similarly, kilogram, right? Second, nobody will ask you about definitions. But why they are independent, fundamental? Because they have their own definition. So we have ampere, Kelvin, mole, candela. All these are having their own definitions. That's why they are called fundamental. Right. See, here we have system of units. Just now we have seen the video. So there are 4 system of units. As per the different countries, they use the different systems: MKS, CGS, FPS, and SI system, which is universally accepted system. Okay. So SI system follows all these. This is latest one, which is in 1971. They introduced for trading between the countries, there should be a common system, which is named as SI system or international system. Okay. So there are some units are given here, which already you learned. So angstrom is the unit, Fermi, micron. All these are the units of different physical quantities, different derived physical quantities. Okay. So see here, 1 micron, micro is nothing but 10 power minus 6. Micron means 10 power minus 6 meters. Right? Bacteria, small sizes are measured, size of bacteria. Right? Angstrom, also one of the unit, size of nucleus, 10 power minus 13 meters. Sorry, minus 13 meters, yeah. Radius of the atom. Atom radius is measured in angstrom. Fermi is nothing but 10 power minus 15 meters. That is radius of nucleus. Atom is the big one. Nucleus is the center part of the atom, smallest. Like astronomical unit. Units used for measuring the planets. Right? Distance between the sun to the earth, the sun to the moon, all these, right? Light year. Distance traveled by a light in 1 year. Who's having its own value. All very important, these values. Please note down these values in your material after the class, right? So these all are the units, special units. Apart from meter, centimeter, kilometer, all these are special units used for the various purposes. Okay. So similarly, time also you can use so many units apart from second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year, right? Decade, century, and many more. Are unit of the life. So special units of the mass, special unit of the time. See, mass, we can use the metric ton, 100 kilometers. Okay. Like that, there are atomic mass unit, AMU. There are special units of the mass. Special unit of the pressure. Pressure is nothing but force by area. Then like pressure is measured in Pascal. Apart from Pascal, even atmospheric pressure. We can use so many other units. Torr is the unit also pressure. Right? Atmospheric pressure, bar, torr. All these are the standard units or special units of pressure. Again, some more are given special units here. Right? Special units are given here. So many are given. You can learn. Right? Horsepower. Generally, we'll use for the vehicles. BHP, brake horsepower. 2-wheeler or 4-wheeler. Based on that, we'll go speed. All these are comes under the special units. Then, in last class, we'll discuss about multiples and submultiples also. Multiples, multiplication factors, which will use the before the unit. 1 meter, 1 millimeter. If you say what is millimeters, 10 power minus 3. Milli, micro, mega, kilo. All these are called the multiples and submultiples. Multiples are positive powers, submultiples are negative. Right? So see, multiple factors. 10. 10 is called as deca. Deca. 10 meters means decameter, you can write. 10 power minus 2, hectare. 10 power 3, sorry, 10 power 2. 10 power 3, kilo. 10 power 4, all positive only. That's why they're called multiplicative factors. So 10 power 6, mega. Mega meter, if you give, you can write 10 power 6 meters. So then giga, 10 power 12, 9. Tera, para, hexa. Hexa means 10 power 18. Then negative signs also there. Right? Like this is negative 10 power minus 1, hecto. 10 power minus 3, milli. 10 power minus 6, micro. Like that, these are the various types of units. Various types of units used for, right? They are called multiples and submultiples. Generally, will come across before the unit. There is so many problems with there. In problems, we will come across such things, right? When you are solving the problems, right? You can come across all these things. Multiples and submultiples are negative one. Negative powers are called submultiples. That is 1 by 10 power minus 1 means 1 by 10. Got or not? 1 by 10. Like that you can write. Right? These are the special units apart from the regular units for time, seconds, for mass, kilogram, for length, meter. We have special units for the all the fundamental and derived quantities. And apart from the special units, we have the multiplicative factors. They may be multiplicative factors like positive or negative integers. Multiples and submultiples. Multiples are positive powers, submultiples of negative powers of the this one, right? So hope you are clear. So before going for the next part of this chapter, that is about dimensions, today we have done complete with the units. So unit is a fundamental, a standard measurement of a physical quantity. A standard measurement of physical quantity is called unit. So these units are used for every physical quantity. Every physical quantity will have its own units. So what is physical quantity? A quantity which can be measured. See, for example, I ask you, what is the something like mass? So mass is equal to, I can call it as 50 kg. So this 50 is called magnitude. This 50 is the magnitude, power. Whereas the kg is called unit. Or you can call it as numeric. A numeral followed by unit. So without this numeral, there is no meaning for kg. If without this kg, there is no meaning for the numeral also. Every physical quantity is measured by numerical number followed by the unit. Suppose when you go to vegetable market, you ask, give brinjal. Will you give? No. How much you have to give? Either 100 grams or 250 grams or 500 grams you have to mention. Go and stand here with vehicle in petrol bunk. Ask him to fill. How much you have to fill? That you have to tell, mention. That is the unit and standard measurement, or is fundamental quantity and measurement. So suppose if I ask you what is your height, you can't say my height is 50 kg. Can you say? No. Height is not measured in kgs. It is measured in meters or centimeters or feet, like that. That is standard. Such standard measurement of any physical quantity is known as unit. So the units used for the fundamental quantities are called fundamental units, like mass, time, length, current, luminous intensity, amount of substance. All these are 7 plus 2 are the fundamental quantities. Remaining all are derived quantities because they are derived from the fundamental quantities. Apart from normal units, there are some special units also there for the mass, length, time. Similarly for pressure, and similarly some special units for our astronomical planets and all also given there. These all are the special units. Apart from regular units, we have some special unit for mass, special units for length, special units for time, special units for pressure, and apart from this, some more special units for the other physical quantities which are mentioned here. Right? So units and their special units we have seen. Then multiplication factors. The units will have multiplicative factors. So suppose if anybody say 10 megameters, given the question. What is this mega? Mega is nothing but 10 power 6 meter. You have to convert. 10 megameter means 10 power 6, right? 10 power 6 meter. Millimeter. Milli is nothing but suppose again 1 millimeter, mm. So 1, that is into 10 power minus 3 meters. Milli is nothing but 10 power minus. That is called submultiples. Multiples are positive powers like this. Submultiples are negative powers, which already learned in the lower classes. They are also called as deca, hecta, kilo, mega, giga, positive. Negative means milli, micro, nano, pico. Nano, 10 power minus 9. Very small, nanocars. Right? Clear? This is a complete picture about the units. So with this, we have finished with the complete one part, that is units part. Next, we'll move to the new topic, that is dimensions. It is a completely new for you. So in next class, we'll discuss about what is dimension, what is the use of dimension, how to write the dimension formula, and everything. Right? So for today, you can write the homework as all of you note down the homework and mention. Right? Define unit, mention special units of time. Number 2, mass. Number 3, length. Number 4, pressure. Number 5, others. Whatever is given, you may enter in the notebooks. Units of special units of all these 5. Anyway, general units are there in table. Special units you can write from the material to notebook. You have to write in notebook by today, and you have to take the signature from the teachers. So first write the defined unit already given. The standard measurement of any physical quantity is known as units. Then special units of time, you can write solar day, mean solar day, hours, decades, right? Mass, ton, quintal, length, so many are there. Pressure given, bar, Pascal, torr, others given for the planets. All these taken as homework and complete the homework in your notebook, right? So complete writing this one. so that you can conclude the class. So thank you, students. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. See you again next week. So thank you, all of you. Have a wonderful day.